Hello, I'm your Congressman, Ryan Costello. The most basic responsibility of the federal government is the defense of our country. And the resources provided for these programs come first through a framework bill, the National Defense Authorization Act, before being appropriated through the Defense Appropriations Act. These pieces of legislation enhance the planning capabilities for the Department of Defense and give continuity for defense suppliers working to equip our warfighters. The ability to get annual defense authorization and appropriations bills passed on time within the fiscal year is critical to essential programs that support our troop. This past week, the House passed the National Defense Authorization Act, or the NDAA as it's also known. The NDAA establishes the policy direction for the defense budget, which provides the funding for the Department of Defense, as well as other agencies that are involved in keeping our country safe. This legislation is critical to ensuring our military has the resources necessary to carry out their important national security objective, as well as includes provisions to protect the health of service members and their families when they return home, including support for post-traumatic stress disorder. Critical readiness provisions include making investments in the maintenance of essential military equipment and supplies, funding for our defense efforts with Israel, including for the Iron Dome, directing the Department of Defense to create a strategy for Syria, continuing training resources for our partners in the fight against ISIS, providing funding to deter Russian aggression, provisions for strengthening our nuclear deterrence efforts, and because technology continues to advance, the NDAA includes critical resources for both offensive and defensive cyber operations. Bolstering our readiness capabilities significantly affects American military preparedness for the future. I was also pleased to see reform provisions to ensure the Pentagon is doing business efficiently and to improve oversight measures. Finally, the NDAA includes a deserved 2.4% pay raise for the brave men and women in uniform who serve our country and protect our freedom each and every day. As you can see, the NDAA is a significant piece of legislation that plays a vital role in the safety and defense of our country, which is why I am pleased to report the legislation recently passed on a bipartisan basis.